enjoying the sunshine here in Denmark. Air temperature increasing now. We're into the 20 degrees. It is near on the end of the day now with just 3 races to go. Qualifying heat A versus F is next out onto the track. Let's take you through that full starting lineup. It's Roman Kamyab on the front row of the grid. This is an important race for him as he sits 4th in the intermediate classifications. The same can be said for Filippo Sala joining him on that front row. He sits 7th in the intermediate classifications. Lev Krutilov as well, who rounds out the top 10 in the points. He has to have an important race on this one. They'll have Gino Rocchia for company alongside. Luke Corner and Davide Batara on row number 3. They'll have Elliot Kaczynski and Toby Gale on row 4. Kenzo Craigie and Marco Gast go from row number 5. Noah Wolf and Efin Dudanov on row 6. They'll have Zach Green and Matt Sanruin on row number 7. Scott Marsh and Daniel Kelleher will go from row number 8. Row 9 sees Armin Kadia Osman and Kere Fairhand, with Sky Parker and Francois Cadell locking out row number 10 in the top 20. Aston Sharp and Sonia B on row 11 with Carl Luttenhart and Louis Cochet on row 12. They'll have Georgi Zazov and Hugo Marti on row 13. Leith Manuma and Jagrat Tatroja go from row 14. They'll have Sana Z, who rounds out the 29 kart field, which thankfully all 29 are out on circuit. Beautiful shot there of the Rodby track. Of course, the club itself, the Rugby Karting Club, opening in 1972. It's a very, very early circuit in the calendar. This track, however, though, is a relatively modern circuit. And it's not been on the calendar long for the FIA Karting. Saw the first time here in FIA Karting back in 2023. That saw the likes of Rene Lammers and Alexander Bondarev take the honours at that round in FIA Karting. But this year, it's not just a round in the championship, it is the finale. The champions will be crowned here, and at this moment, we don't know who they will be just as of yet. But at the end of this race, we might be finding out who's starting on pole position. Could it be Kamyab? Could it be Filippo Sala? They start on the front row. Let's find out. Lights are not out. They go round again, and I can imagine there'll be a smug look on Nicole Sutherland's face, thinking that once again they did that because she's only just returned to the commentary box and didn't want to miss a lap of racing. So there we go. There is a smug face initiated on Nicole's look as she joins back in the commentary box. Lovely evening here right now. The sun shining. The wind, well, it's still pretty heavy out there at the moment, but it's turned into a lovely day of racing as Nicole joins me back in the box here. Stark difference to what we saw this morning, Nicole, with all of that rain and the threat of that rain that we thought we were going to get at the end of the day seemingly has disappeared. Yeah, absolutely has then. It's actually quite warm out there now, so I can imagine that the grip levels will be actually increasing as we go through this final rotation of heats. Air temperature 20 degrees. It's a bit of a English summer's day, I'd actually say. It's a balmy English summer's day. I need to be in a pub garden with a lovely drink. Right then, here we go. Once again, front row of the grid, Roman Kamyab, Filippo Sala. Take it to the lights, and let's find out who starts on pole position. Lights again. Are they out? They've not gone out on my screen here, but they have gone out outside. They are changing now, and we are racing down in towards turn number 3. It's a good start from Kamyab. Holds on to the lead of that one. Where has Sala gone? He has dropped back into the pack right now. Or I think he's about third. Yeah, he is. He's third place right now. He's lost out to Lev Krutilov. There is Kenzo Craigie once again fighting with Noah Wolf. Those two have been somewhat inseparable over the course of this weekend. Down the inside, big send there for Davide Bataro on the Glamini CRG. Powered by the TM engine as dramas in the background. One kart getting spun around, possibly Georgi Zazov in the AKM Motorsport machine. Well, Krutilov did get past Sala at that race start, but Sala has got back into position in that P2. He will be the driver trying to chase down Roman Kamyab, who has had pretty stellar results so far this weekend. It's only been one heat that he has not won. Down the inside goes Craigie at turn number 3. He's trying to get himself back up the order.
and trades in that place with Kaczynski for P6. Through these drivers go once more. 4/10 split up Kamyab from Sala. More moves going on in the background though. Gino Rocchio trying to get all involved as Kenzo Craigie once more makes moves at turn number 7. This time, Davide Pizarro is looking like he could be under threat. Next up on Craigie's list will be Luke Cordner. He sat in P4, but there is a gap that splits up these front 2 packs. He's down the inside. That's a big move behind Craigie. That is Rocchio trading in position for Davide Pizarro. Looked a little bit out of control, but he catches it well and does manage to hold on to the position. Front end of the field, Sala is absolutely on the charge, has jumped up the order, has reduced that gap to 2.5 of a second. Kamyab versus Sala, currently Krutulov, don't count him out because he is right there. He's not dropped outside of the top 10 so far this weekend. Really, really good results for Lev throughout the heats. He's good at the racing aspect of things, but we'll have to watch him as we head into finals because sometimes that is where it goes wrong for the driver in the energy course. Through they go then once more through the final sector, and Filippo Sala is just edging ever and ever closer to the back of that Ricky Flynn back bumper. He's absolutely there now, Anthony Jordan. A 10.5 splits up these 2 drivers, and I'd say the young Ferrari driver is going to be having a look very shortly.
Possibly so, but Kamyab in the lead, wanting that pole position. And of course wanting the 25 championship points. Now remember, Jenson Burnett is still a driver who could put in something here, but even if he takes a win, he would not be able to close up to Roman Kamyab. So Kamyab here in the lead. If he does get this, he has got the moment, and there's been drama for Noah Wolf in the background. He has tumbled out of position right to the back of the field. The young Briton has had a decent weekend, I would say, so far, but not the best end to his day.
Well, you say a decent weekend. He had a DNF yesterday, then had a disqualification earlier on. 2 mechanics working on the kart. The result was ripped away from Wolf, and now it looks like she's going to fall down the order, clearly because of some mechanical gremlins out there. Craigie then has made the move stick on Cordner, now is your newest driver within the top 4. I'd say he's got the pace to catch up to Lev Krutulov. Let's not forget, at this stage of the weekend, these drivers have been deploying those new tyres. I'd say Craigie, with the pace that he's carrying around, is one of those that's absolutely maximising the grip level provided by that Maxxis tyre, as is Filippo Sala there in P2. Krutulov edging closer as well, and I don't know if maybe Kamyab is backing up Sala ever so slightly there. Out of the final corner they'll go once more. 10.5 currently splits up 1 and 2, and it's reduced just by hundredths of seconds. Now these 2 trading paint as they head through that first sector. I think this is going to be on very soon as we head through this first half of the race. Further down in the order then, Scott Marsh fighting for position after difficult results yesterday, as is Toby Gale there for a first appearance in the championship. We might be at the last round, but him and Austin brothers have joined the Birol Arts team for the race here in Denmark and have had some great pace, have really made some good overtakes as well, just maybe not some luck for them in the racing part of things. Still, here we go, no major changes. Take that back. Big change between Cordner and Gino Rocchio, because Rocchio has lit things up this part of the race, and as has Lev Krutulov, who has now bit the bullet because Filippo Sala has allowed him to make that move on Kamyab. Sala makes himself your race leader, Krutulov in P2, Kamyab P3, and now Kenzo Craigie is in there on the back of this track.
Certainly is. Well, Sala now in the lead of this race. Still gains him good points, but not enough to catch up to Roman Kamyab. However, as back into Parc Ferme, that looks like who is that? Is that Francisco Cadal? Francois Cadal, I should say, sorry. Yes, he's pulled in and he's out of this race. That is a big shame for the DPK Racing driver. And yeah, eyes on this. Well, Craigie now seemingly getting back through into 3rd place, got past Krutulov. Kamyab now back in 2nd place. Kamyab now 238, This is going to be an important one for him. This is how it was done.
Ooh.
Sala down the inside. Big move there for the race lead. That's how Krutulov got through as well. So it was a 2-for-1 special. Later on, though, it would be Kamyab getting moved back through past the likes of Krutulov, who's now lost out to Kenzo Craigie. Yes, with Kamyab and Sala just there, Kamyab now 238 points. Jensen Burnett, remember, still needs to race. He's got 182. Another 50 points on top of that would put him 232 on those points. That is obviously not enough to beat Kamyab, but if Kamyab drops down even more, it might give Burnett the chance to take that pole position away. So this is still a really important race for Kamyab. He does not want to drop down any more than he currently is.
Yeah, with the performance put in by Gino Rocchio as well in that P5, currently in these intermediate classification points, he has broken into the top 10. Like we say, we still need to wait for that last group of seniors to race, but Rocchio looking strong at this final round. Further back in the field, Scott Marsh continues to battle out with Cara Osman. Zach Green is involved as well. Green, these drivers, almost a big moment there. And this is the pack right at the front. Then Craigie now gets into P2. Filippo Sala has lost that race lead because Roman Kamyab is now your new race leader. So Kamyab from Craigie, Krutulov there in P3. Sala now under pressure from Gino Rocchio. Is Rocchio going to have a look on the exit turn? Number 11 doesn't quite have the run, but is being pushed around by Luke Cordner. Will Cordner try and help him achieve something through this part of the track, through turns 1, 2. Sala looking nervous there, looks over his shoulder because he knows Rocchio is keen there to try and overtake. Kamyab, though, raced with that race lead once more, but Kenzo Craigie right on the tail as we head through this sector of the race. And there he is there, Noah Wolf, after all of that drama with a disqualification, a DNF, but good pace, pulls into the pit lane in this heat. He is done, he is out.
Yeah, indeed, and that might make him struggle getting into those superheats or maybe even the final tomorrow, but we'll keep an eye on those points. Eyes on the prize, though. Roman Kamyab holds on to the lead here. This was that moment, and yeah, big spin out there. Now, was that one of the greens there, or was that?
That is that green.
Yeah, Zach Green having a bit of a moment and going sideways there. He's fighting all the way down in about P16 right now as drama there. That is Carl Luthart, MP Racing, out of this race as well. That is a big shame for him. But the racing must go on. Kamyab holding firm at the front here, looking for pole position. Everyone else, though, is going to make that very difficult as down the inside, Davide Bataro gets the move done on Luke Cordner. That's the 7th place. He will push through. There is your points. Kamyab, 244. Sala, 217. Drummond, 212. We spoke to Drummond earlier on. And he obviously has done everything he can. He's not looking at a pole position now, but he is still looking at a front row start at this moment. But of course, Jensen Burnett still could get 232 points maximum later on, which means he can still beat Sala, which means he can still start on pole position for Superheat 2 tomorrow, depending still on what happens here. Kamyab, though, seemingly not under pressure from Kenzo Craigie just behind. Kamyab controlling the pace here beautifully as he heads out of turn number 9. See the train there forming Krutulov, Sala and Kelleher. Daniel Kelleher down the inside, a bit late on the brakes, going to suffer on the exit. Sala goes back through, wheel to wheel, but the power of the Kart Republic hangs it round the outside. Beautiful kart control, beautiful racing from the two of them. But Sala holds on to 4th place in a spectacular show of sportsmanship through turn 1. Just enough racing room given to each driver. And now that's allowed Gino Rocchio to close in once again side by side, but this time Kelleher has got it done. A beautiful display of driving. But there, at the front, Roman Kamyab has done enough. By my calculations, he cannot be caught by anyone else. With this result, he looks to gain 25 championship points and pole position for Superheat 1 tomorrow. It's Roman Kamyab winning. Kenzo Craigie finishes second ahead of Lev Krutilov. Daniel Kelleher fourth in the ahead of Gino Rocchio. Sala drops to fifth, but still is second in the points and will still potentially be on pole position for Superheat 2 tomorrow. And it all depends on what the likes of Jensen Burnett does. It all depends on what the rest of them can do as well, because right now Jensen Burnett sits seventh in the points with one race to go. A win for him puts him on 232 points, and that would put him second overall. There's your results. Kamyab, Craigie and Krutilov, 1, 2, 3. The rest of the results: Kelleher from Rocchio, Sala from Bataro, Gale from Cornda, Marsh from Osman, Kaczynski from Cachet, Durnanov from Gast, Green from Sunazee, and Kenny Fairhand rounding out the top 18 big movers in that order. Sunazee 12 places gained, Kelleher 12 places gained, Cachet with 11 places gained. Great running for them.